Greetings! Today we are farming the newest light block in Minecraft, froglights. What I've designed is an add-on to the Magma cream farm designed by Sherbert, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. The nice thing about my modification is you don't have to use wither roses, because we are using powdered snow instead. This farm is consistently provided just under 3,000 items an hour, and will provide magma cream as well as froglights. Now you can use whichever kind of blocks you like. I use polished andesite because it's a lot easier to see when building a tutorial. When I actually built this in my survival world on VisionCraft, I actually used nether brick and red stained glass, and I thought the effect came out looking really good. If you want to see the VisionCraft episode, then I'll put that link in the description and as well at the end of this video. So let's take a look at the resources needed, and then I'll show you how to build this block by block. For building blocks, we're going to use 1,746. Yes, that's a lot of blocks. And then we're going to use 939 slabs of your choice, 762 blocks of glass, 141 hoppers, 128 scaffolding. All of the scaffolding is just used to build this in survival. It's not going to stay as part of the build. 117 honey blocks, 36 buckets of powdered snow, 32 iron bars, 15 stairs in whatever choice you want. We're gonna need 8 iron blocks, 8 chests, 2 carved pumpkins, 2 doors, and 1 fence. Oh, a couple quick things before we get started. While I've been designing my own farms for years, this is my first attempt making a tutorial. I poured a lot of effort into it, and I'm learning as I go, so hopefully as I make more tutorials, I'll get a little bit better at it. How'd you get off your leash? Oh well. But if you find this tutorial helpful at all, please hit that like button so that more people can see it. With all that out of the way, let's get building! First thing that you have to do is get to the top of the nether and find a biome called the Basalt Delta. This biome spawns magma cubes exclusively, and if any part of your farm is in a different biome, it will not be as efficient. Let's get started building this thing. We're going to place our chest down, put a 4 high. Remember to crouch to place them right next to each other. Now we're going to put 4 hoppers. Get our scaffolding, go up a bit. We're going to lead 1 off of this hopper. On the same side as your chest, you're going to put out 8 hoppers. So that makes a total of 9 in that row. And then you're going to go out 9 more. It should be 11 hoppers going this way. Just fill all the hoppers in so they all lead into that chest. We're going to go ahead and put in a 2 high wall all the way around. Now on the side with the chest, we're actually going to put the wall right on top. So it'll only be 1 tall. You're going to have the wall that goes all around the hoppers, except for on the side with your chests, we'll actually have the hoppers built into the wall a little bit. Or what that should leave you with is a 9 by 9 area of hoppers. Now all you need to do is put in honey blocks on top of the hoppers. We will end up putting a block right here, and that's to place our scaffolding on so that we can work on building the rest of the farm. But when this is all built, we'll actually remove this block and put a honey block right there. Now the reason we're using honey blocks is that kind of keeps them from jumping up to the kill chamber where we're killing magma creams above them. You can use soul sand, you just risk the frogs jumping up and dying on the top. And then we're going to place 2 blocks right here. This is going to start forming the platform where you're going to bring the frogs up once we're ready for them. So you can jump down here and just make this stair step all the way down. Alright, once that's done, you're going to take the glass and put it 2 high all the way around. Also, if it didn't already say, the honey blocks are also considered not a full block height. They're actually 1 pixel shy, so items can fall through them into the hoppers below. Alright, once that's done, we're going to put a layer of your build blocks 2 high above the glass. And then we're going to come over to where we started building everything, and we're going to take out these 4 blocks right above this 1 hopper. We're going to take a hopper line all the way up to the top here. Alright, once you have those hoppers up, go ahead and remove this whole line of build blocks and put in hoppers there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over, and instead of filling up the entire floor with these, you're actually going to skip a row, put in a line of hoppers, and then skip a row and put another line of hoppers, and so on all the way across. You're just going to place honey blocks on top. So now, from here, you're going to take your building blocks and build up 5 more.
on all four corners, and then go ahead and fill that in with glass. Best way I found to do that is to go up 3 and just crouch and press forward while holding down the right key to fill that in, and then go up 2 more and do the same thing going back. And I made a mistake. My bad. I mean, you can do it however you want. And actually, you don't even have to make this whole thing out of glass. I just think it's good to be able to see how your farm is working. So since we're only going 4 high, I'm just going to do 2 high one way and 2 high the other way. Now this last layer, go ahead and fill in with your build block. So now you're going to come to the very center of each side and put in 11 blocks, making this a total of 12. And do the same thing on all 4 sides, making sure to be in the dead center. And if you don't want to get your pinky cramped, you can always go to options, go to controls, and go to sneak toggle. I find it awkward to play usually with that on, but when I'm doing projects like this and you don't risk falling off and cramp up your pinky while you do it. Now, I'm using honey blocks instead of soul sand, and I'm using powdered snow instead of withered roses. But let me know in the comments which you think is harder to get, withered roses or powdered snow. So now let's get to putting the iron golem in place. First, go ahead and grab your half slabs, and on any side, doesn't matter, place a half slab there and use the half slabs to pillar out until you're right in the middle of the farm. So when you look up, you should be right in line with all 4 lines that you made. Then go ahead and pillar out 1 more and put an iron bar on there and make a little cage. This is where your iron golem is going to sit. So go ahead and destroy the block there and there. You can use another half slab and then pillar up a little bit. Make sure to fill in the rest of the cage, and then place a block and get your iron blocks out and start your iron golem on top. Now before you place the head, make sure to remove this bottom block there. You have to build it floating above like this, because if you try to build the iron golem down there, having the iron bars in its armpits will make it so it won't actually make an iron golem. So put the head on and it should fall right in his cage, right where we want him. From here, go ahead and do another block up, and then on the top of this slab, put another block right above that iron golem's head. Now we're putting it up here because if we tried putting a full block or a half slab on the bottom portion of this block, the iron golem's head would be in the way. So this is exactly where we're going to build the second iron golem. Again, make another cage, place a block there, mine the block there, pillar up a little bit, and once again make your iron golem floating up a little bit. Remove the block before you place the pumpkin head, and now he sits right where we want him. And then we're going to have a roof right over his head. Now all these blocks you used to pillar up, you can just take them out, and let's go ahead and put the snow on top of the honey blocks real quick. And now we're ready to build the spawning platform for the magma cubes. So we're going to get our building block and head over to the edge of one of the platforms we started building. We're going to go out 4 blocks from each side of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down 1 and add on 2 more to where you get a row of 5 and then 3. And we're going to do 2 more of this row of 3. Then we're going to do 1 row of 2 and basically a row of 1. Now we're going to repeat this backwards going the other direction. So 2, 3, 3, 3, and 4 gets us right back to the edge of this pillar. So now we've got this little circle going on. So let's go ahead and fill in the rest of the circle. Alright, look at that. We even got 1 little magma cream spawning over there. I'll fill that in off camera and we'll skip to that point. Alright, so with that all filled in, nice big circle, we're going to go all the way around the edge and put a 3 high wall in. 1, 2, 3. And again, you can use the trick to toggle on crouch. Alright, so now that we got glass all the way around, we're just going to put in 1 more layer for magma spawning. Okay, with our second layer complete, again, same thing as before, 3 layers of glass all the way around the edges. Now with that complete, we're actually just going to put half slabs across the entire thing. With the roof of this done, all we need to do now is we're going to go ahead and break that scaffolding and this block. We're going to put a fence post right there, place the honey block, and stick the 2 doors, 1 there, 1 there. That way that seals it up. When we go get our frogs, we'll have them on leashes, and we can leash them to that fence post to try to get them inside the farm. This farm is all ready to go except for the AFK spot. Alright, so to figure out where to put the AFK spot, we're going to take a little over 2 stacks of scaffolding. We're going to look straight up until you can't look up anymore and go right under this block. Notice how there's 4 blocks on either side. We're directly in the middle. And then we're going to back step so that our cursor is pointing just off the farm. Look straight down, jump, and place a scaffolding. So now we're going to place scaffolding all the way up to the build height. All right, now that we're at build height, we'll just climb the scaffolding all the way to the top. But make sure to take note which direction your farm is on. In this case, my farm is to the south of the scaffolding. Make sure you're placing your AFK spot right above where the iron golems are. Once you get to the top, you're just going to want to break the top 3 scaffolding blocks. Whatever direction your farm is on, come out a little ways and place be very careful here, place a half slab, and you're going to place a total of 17 slabs. Once you're out here, then you can take the rest of your slabs and you're going to make a little platform. I like to make it a 3x3 area. And if you're feeling brave, you could just leave it like this and stand here. But I'm not brave. I'm chicken. So I'm going to build a building around this. Now to AFK, you just sit in the middle of this protective room. The only thing we're missing now is the frogs. Now I recommend getting about 4 frogs of each type to put in here. And once you have those, just come on up, open the door, carefully go in, click on the post there. The frogs that are leashed will go toward the fence post. Go ahead and release the leashes. Found it easier to do 4 frogs at a time. Put them in front of the staircase, come on up, open the doors, leash them. All right, well this farm is all ready to get all 3 types of frog lights. The only thing I didn't cover was putting in a sorter system down below. That's not a necessary part, but if you want to do that, then I think it's a great idea. If you would like to get all 3 types of frogs into the farm or to any other location, I will put a link to the tutorial video that I'm making next, which is how to get all 3 types of frogs. Also, make sure to check out my VisionCraft episode 6, where I actually build this farm in 1.18 before 1.19 comes out. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please make sure to hit that like button so more people can see it. And I live stream just about every Wednesday around noon Pacific, so come hang out with me sometime. But until next time, please play responsibly.